Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siege, your number one source of gaming news, random topics, and biased opinions. We like to start off with what we've been playing this week. And since this is the first episode, why don't you take it away?
We've been playing both of us have been playing the Blackout beta. We haven't had a chance to talk about what we think like to each other. We just played the game together. So
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you think? You were there with me at the same exact time. So what do you feel? How do you feel about this game?
I don't know. It's missing something that just didn't click with me. Like there was just something that was off-putting. Like it was interesting. It was a time waster, but it wasn't fun per se. It was okay.
Did you go back to play it after
I played a little bit after, but like I didn't play it after they patched it.
When did they patch it?
Did the quick patches or whatever.
When
They did hot
that?
fixes or whatever.
When was that? Do you know?
I think that was yesterday, the day before. I don't
never
know.
mind if it was that, because I went back on Tuesday to play it by myself. I enjoyed it more. No offense to you, I enjoyed it more just because I wasn't focused on making clips and getting content or any of that garbage. And I don't know. I do like that it's not like Fortnite and that people don't rush up on you, but
Yeah, and then you
it's
can't build
still
above a building or whatever.
boring because the entire game, most of them, I was just spending my time looking for a 4 times scope and just crouching down in the middle of the field,
Yeah, that's
waiting for the circle to close more and more. And I did that since from the third circle, and there's like 5 or 6 of them afterwards. So I don't know.
the one thing that really frustrated me was how long it took to pick up any single item. Like it just took forever to pick up anything.
The animations, is that what you're talking about, or
No, like holding down square for like a second and then you're just waiting
Oh
for
yeah,
the
yeah,
circle to. Yeah, that was super annoying. I feel like if you picked up a first aid, it should automatically pick up more first aid. That kind of thing.
What I have a problem with the game. Well, actually, I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna praise it first. All right. The thing about Blackout. All right. I don't know if people. I don't know what the consensus is. Honestly, I haven't looked into it, and I don't really care. But I don't know what the overall consensus is for other people, if they like it, if they don't. But I do want to give props to Activision for replacing story mode and not completely being like, yo, we're not gonna make anything to save money, ha!
Yeah.
And I do think Blackout is a good replacement. Not because the game is fun, not because it's a battle royale, but because it has all those little Easter egg locations. Like that, Blackout
Yes.
is
Yeah.
just that. It's just an Easter egg. Which, by the way, I am mad that they did not include. I don't remember what the map was called. The Black Ops 2 map. That was a ship. You remember the ship in Black Ops 2?
Yeah. I
The
know.
white
I know
one?
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I am so mad that they added the lighthouse, that they added Array, but they didn't add the Black Ops 2 ship. That thing is
Yeah.
so iconic, and they could have just put it in the ocean. It would have fit perfectly. It would have looked
Yeah.
beautiful.
And it would have filled in that space.
Yeah, it would have been the only battle royale map that had water with it, with something
they
in
could
it.
change it. They could add.
That's
more
true. That's true. It's still
locations and
beta.
stuff.
There's still a good
Yeah.
monitor too. I'm certain
And who
making
knows?
a
Who knows
ship
if they
wouldn't
want to
be
make
that
a
hard.
second map?
Yeah, they might make new maps. Oh, I'm 100% sure they'll make new maps.
Yeah.
Because if it's gonna be a long
Knowing
night
that.
thing since launch day, they're gonna make new maps. It's Call of
Yeah.
Duty, not even Activision. It's Call of Duty. They're gonna make new maps, which I'm not
Yeah,
against.
exactly.
Because
I mean, it's Treyarch. They do.
Call of
Good
Duty
stuff.
will put out a lot more maps than PUBG or Fortnite ever will. We all know that. We all know that. Call of Duty would just chuck out like fucking 10 maps by the end of the life cycle,
Mhm.
while Fortnite and PUBG are only gonna have like 2 or 3 still. Is there anything else you want to say about the game?
No, I've been playing this week. I've been playing Spider-Man, and I beat it. But I'll talk about that later. But it has been
Yeah,
a blast. I am super
we'll have
excited
a
to
full
talk
topic about that
it.
because it's kind of
Yeah.
like hot on the press, and people will want to know about the completion of it.
Yeah.
It's
I won't
pretty short,
spoil.
honestly.
I won't
It's pretty
spoil
short.
it. But yeah, it was
Um,
short, but it was fun.
But
No,
one of
but
the things
recently, like yesterday. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's talk about it.
let's talk about what happened yesterday. For those of you who don't know, and for dates to give you guys, we record these episodes normally on Friday. They will normally go up on Monday, but today it's September 14th, and the day before, Nintendo Direct went live. We're gonna start with you because you're the one that wanted this topic, so you let me know what you want to talk about.
I don't own a Switch. I played GameCube. That was one of my first consoles I ever played. I played Wii. I did not own a Wii U. But
Nobody owns
I
Wii
have
U,
been
dude.
I
you
have
seen
been
those
waiting
sales
for.
numbers?
No, I know. But I've been waiting for something to say. Okay, a Switch is now something that I really want because there just hasn't been a game that I've been like, I need a Switch. I need this game.
Oh,
I need to play this.
Are you joining the
There's still-
paperweight team?
There still isn't something that makes me want to get it instantly, but with the Smash Bros. Bundle, it makes it more appealing. I'm waiting for
Smash
Big Mario.
Bros.
That's what I'm
Bundle
waiting
is
for.
actually pretty.
Yeah, I love the way that they made it look. I love the controllers. I love how it's not that stupid red and blue thing. Like, just give me two controllers that are the same color. Seriously.
I mean yeah, that's why I didn't want to buy the. I mean, you know I bought
Yeah.
the Mario Odyssey bundle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got the dual red DualShocks. I don't know why Nintendo is shipping Switches with opposite colors or odd colors.
I don't.
Just make them the
I don't
same
know
color.
who they went to and
why?
said,
Why?
"Hey, this is a good idea."
Maybe it's a thing in Japan, right? You know, we never know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a thing in Japan. Maybe
Did
it's a
you
thing
see
in Japan.
the
But like,
Let's Go Pikachu one?
yeah, I did.
It's disgusting.
The bundle,
Yeah, the controllers
don't-
look
I don't
horrible,
hate it,
man.
but
It looks like a banana and like some.
but you really shouldn't buy that, honestly. Like, I
Yeah,
don't,
no, of course not.
nobody should buy that. Nobody should buy that. Even if you're
Get
like
the
the
Smash
biggest
Bros.
Pokemon
one.
fan. If you're the biggest Pokemon fan, you definitely shouldn't be buying Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu because you know what real Pokemon is like.
Oh, you saw something about that really made you upset.
What? Which one? I mean, there's a lot of things that upset me in that video, but are you
there was
talking
a
about the
move-
last part?
There was a move that Pikachu was doing that you weren't happy about.
Oh yeah! I thought you didn't hear me.
No, I was listening.
Dude, Pikachu used fly.
Is
What
Pikachu a winged
the
animal?
fuck, man? That's a whole new level of Iron Tail. Like,
It's dumb.
what is wrong with you, Game Freak? Did Game Freak make this game? I hope they didn't.
Oh,
I hope.
dude, I
what?
doubt it. They're busy with that RPG.
Yeah,
thing
they're
that they're doing.
busy with that
They're like-
JRPG
They're
called
like, Pokemon,
Town.
we're done with that.
Which, to be honest,
It seems
to be
like
honest,
such a dumb
to
game
be honest, to be honest, Town doesn't look bad. I'm just mad that Game Freak's making it. I like just
Yeah.
make Pokemon games, guys. Like, honestly, I normally don't tell this to game companies or any developer. Like, I normally wouldn't say this myself, but
Mhm.
just keep making the games you're good at. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just keep
Yeah,
making Pokemon.
Like new Super Mario
Nobody
Bros.
cares.
Like new Super Mario Bros. That's what people want. They want.
New Super Mario Bros. Is gonna sell out.
Dude, like
freaking-
day one, it's gonna be gone.
I even want to buy New Super
That's
Mario
one of the
Bros.
things that makes me want to
alright?
get a Switch now.
I even want to buy New Super Mario Bros. And I'm not a fan of New Super Mario Bros. esque games. All right.
Yeah.
Cause like after, I don't know, after to me like after Mario 3, it just kept being a rehash of the
Yeah, until
game
new Super
everything.
Mario Bros.
Yeah. And then after New Super Mario Bros, it just kept being a rehash of New Super Mario
Yeah,
Bros.
exactly.
Which I mean, I'm not against. That's what the people
No,
want, and
but-
they do. Let's be honest, they do come up with new form factors every what's it called? Not century. Which is the 10 one? The 10
Decade.
decade. Every decade they come up with a new form factor.
Yeah.
Is
But
there
you
any
know
other
what-
game that you want to talk about?
You know what's super excited? The very first game really excites me because I loved Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, and I want Luigi's Mansion 3. I want it to be good.
I am really excited for that game just because I love I don't even know if people remember it for this, but like I like Luigi's Mansion, alright? I think it's great.
Mhm.
But I don't remember the game for the game. I remember it for Luigi humming that song. That song
Oh,
is so
yes.
good, dude. That song is so good. I have a dubstep version of it. It's so good.
Dude,
It's
when that first came out, that's whenever my dad got me a GameCube for Christmas with Smash Bros, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Kart Double Dash, and Luigi's Mansion. I would play in the car because you got like a little screen that you hook up to the GameCube. It was like super tiny and you can barely see it, but I would travel in the car with that hooked up, and
dude,
I would
some of
play
the
Luigi's
best
Mansion
games
all night.
came out on GameCube, and GameCube was like
Yeah,
one
I
of the
know.
consoles nobody bought.
Exactly.
Like Sunshine, Double Dash, Luigi's Mansion.
Dude,
I don't
I-
know what others, but
I
like
still say Double
Sunshine-
Dash is the best Mario Kart ever,
Dude, I will always say Double
Yeah.
Dash is the best Mario Kart ever.
hands down.
Whoever says anything against that is well. I mean, they have credit if it's anything before Double Dash, but anything after Double Dash doesn't count. All right.
No.
Anything after Double Dash, we're not dealing with you.
And then even the Super Mario Party that's coming out, I loved Mario Party, and I want Super Mario Party. I want to be able to sit on the couch and play with
I
that.
am sure. Like, you know what? Quote me on this, all right?
Okay.
I'm putting this down. I am sure Nintendo has now learned from their mistakes from Mario Party 8, 9, and 7.
I hope so.
6,
I really
6
hope
was
so.
well, actually, I think 6 was trash and 5 was alright. But anyway, yeah, 5 was alright. From 6 to 10, I'm pretty sure they learned from the mistakes that made those games. Like, quote me on that. I'm 100% sure that this game is gonna be good. It's gonna be like some of the older ones. It's not gonna be bullshit. It's not gonna
Yeah.
be like. I mean, I don't care about the NPCs being bullshit. I just care about like the whole. We're gonna ride in the same car and everybody's gonna get the same items. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
That's
that's
not.
so dumb.
That's not competition.
dumb.
It's not.
Like, that's
Like,
not what
God,
Mario
I might as
Party
well go play Monopoly and pay
Yeah.
$20 for that. Like,
Oh, dude,
yeah, no,
but there's
I always liked Mario Party, and if you get a Nintendo Switch, we can play Mario
yeah,
Party.
definitely, we definitely would. Dude, but there's some games that I'm like, why are you even putting this on Switch? Like City Skylines, that is not a Switch. That's not even a console game. Like that's a computer game.
That's
through and
not.
through.
Yeah, that's
that is
not
not
a
a console game.
game.
Why are you putting
I,
it on
I
Switch?
do agree with you. I do agree with you 100% on
Civ
that.
6, I
don't even know if
kind
they
of
released it
understand,
on
but still,
PS4
same thing.
Or Xbox.
Yeah, I
But
don't understand why it's on
what I
PS4
do
either.
want to talk about now,
Okay.
which is a good transition that you brought this up, is like yes, this Skylines doesn't belong in that game, but what I am excited for is the remakes. So you know how they did the World Ends with You,
Yes, yes.
Final Fantasy Worlds or
Alright,
whatever, the
Dynasty.
Final Fantasy Pocket Edition thing. I'm not gonna buy that, but it looks interesting. Like you know all those new like editions for Nintendo only, right? You know, like because
Yeah.
those games came out on PC and in other consoles, but like especially the World of Final Fantasy, that's like a Nintendo only thing. Then what was the other one that I said?
Uh, The World Ends with You.
World Ends with You, the final mix or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is a Square Enix thing, by the way.
Yeah,
If anybody's wondering, it is a Square Enix thing. It's 100% a Square Enix thing. If you were
It's Kingdom
curious.
Hearts all over again.
The good thing is there was only like 2 of those games, and one of them was technically non-canon, so we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, Cities Skylines obviously not for the Switch, but I do
Yeah.
like that these games are having these Nintendo only editions.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to buy World of Final Fantasy for a long time. I just was kind of on the fence because it was super expensive. Like I wouldn't pay $40 for that, and like people were saying like it's not that great. But with the new special edition, I'm definitely gonna buy it on the Switch, like 100%.
Yeah. There's only one more thing I want to talk about in this topic, and then if you have something else, you can throw it in. But
I don't
after
have it
after
for the last
the
thing
direct,
and for Luigi.
after the direct, they threw in another announcement in Japan, and that was Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming to Switch, but it's not going to be on the actual console. It's going to be streamable. So you're paying for the game to stream it to your console because the Switch isn't powerful enough to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So, like, I don't know how. Like, it's only in Japan, so I'm glad it's only in Japan. But at the same time, it's like, why are you having people pay for something that they can never actually download to their console? Your console can't even really handle it in itself. But
that's a whole. Okay, there's so many problems with that. But first, I want to talk about something real quick. Or want to compare it to something real quick. You saw Final Fantasy whatever 15, right? With not
Yeah.
Pocket Edition.
Yeah.
Like that. That's not Final Fantasy.
No.
That's just like some rehash. That
Yeah,
Square Enix made.
exactly.
Because there's zero way that the Switch will handle
15.
Final Fantasy if it can't handle Odyssey. No offense to Odyssey, but Odyssey is way lighter on like special effects and rendering shit than Final Fantasy. You see the monsters in Final Fantasy, you know how complicated they are. So yeah, the Pocket Edition.
But the Pocket
is just,
Edition,
like,
the Pocket
stupid
Edition
shit.
is a mobile game.
It's basically like the Let's Go Eevee thing.
I could download it to my phone right now, and I could play Pocket Edition.
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah, I know, but like
okay, if
that's
this is
what
what
I'm
you're gonna
curious.
Switch,
Like,
like-
why are you releasing on the Switch?
yeah,
Like, I mean, I would like to say nobody's gonna buy that,
but people.
but I'm not. I'm
No.
not. I'm not connected with the Final Fantasy base
Yeah.
fan base a lot.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Final Fantasy base isn't that crazy that they will go buy a Pocket Edition on Switch, but you never know.
You
But
never
yeah,
know.
you know that it's compared to what was the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem I have with you telling me about being Odyssey streamable, not even the fact that it's streamable, not even the fact that they still don't own it, not even the fact that it's just some complicated loophole on how to play that heavy ass game on the Switch.
Yeah.
It's the fact that Assassin's Creed isn't really for the Japanese market.
I know.
So
What
why
are they doing?
is the Western game
Going to Japan
that's like
only.
heavy loaded being streamable Japan only? Like, is there that much of a
don't know.
demand for that over
Oh,
there?
no, man. It's
Like,
crazy.
I would get that if it was Final Fantasy 15 again, because that'd be a really good example. But like, Odyssey?
Yeah, that's,
Really?
I don't understand
It's
it.
a Western game.
The other thing,
I'm pretty sure that doesn't appear to the Eastern market.
the other thing that kind of upset me was the whole like Switch Online announcement. Like, I was kind of underwhelmed with it. It's only $20, but still, like, I was hoping that they would announce something new at least with it. They didn't really announce anything new that they haven't already announced.
Even by new.
Well,
Like a
I was
new
hoping that it
game?
wouldn't just be NES, for instance. I was hoping that they'd have like at least Super NES as well.
Well, let me talk about the last thing I wanted
Yeah, go for it.
to mention, because that transitions into our next
Yeah, go for it.
topic.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. I was
Oh,
really
yeah.
mad that they announced Isabel.
As the character, that was so dumb.
Not even as a character. I don't really hate Isabel, but before they announced that Animal Crossing was going to come out for
It was a
Switch,
big fake out.
like, I don't give a shit about like what characters come out in Smash. I know a lot of people do, but like I'll find out when the game comes out, or you
yeah,
can
just
do a
stop.
separate thing.
Stop
Like,
telling
I
us
care
every
more
week
about
how many-
Animal
what characters
Crossing.
there. Just stop.
I care more about Animal Crossing than I care about Smash. So I don't like the fake out. I understand Smash is more popular, but and then again,
Yeah.
like what I was saying to you
Well,
while
it's
I was
also
watching it,
2019.
I wish.
that the-
I
Animal Crossing's
wish it
coming.
was Tom Nook. I wish it was Tom Nook.
There's still time for them to
I
have
know
him as
everybody
an Echo
likes-
fighter or whatever.
I know everybody likes Isabel, and I know that was a great character for 3DS. I'm not a huge fan of her, mainly because I didn't play 3DS. I only played the one where, you know, you have Tom Nook and the
Mhm.
twins. That's why I kind of want Tom Nook. So yeah, we're a biased
Very
podcast,
biased.
ladies
I
and
mean, we said
gentlemen. Yeah, that's why I'm mad. But I don't really mind Isabel being in
Yeah.
the game. Like, let's make that clear. And
You
that's
just
not my
want Tom
problem.
Nook as
My problem is that
well.
they did the fake out. No, my problem is that they did the fake out that like, oh, this isn't about Animal Crossing coming in Switch. Oh, but it is now, and like more than like 50% of the people already clicked off.
Yeah.
Because it's like the last 10 seconds. Anyway, so when you're talking about the NES
yeah.
titles that they announced with Virtual, I wanted to talk about Virtual Console. Not exactly that topic. I'll clear up what I'm going towards. But you know, there's no Virtual Console, right? Obviously.
Yeah, I know.
You
I'm
know
kind of
that
glad
there's
about
no-
that, but at the same time, I'm disappointed.
I'm not completely against it. I like it because they're making it so the old games have online
Yeah.
multiplayer support, like
I
the
like
super
that.
old arcade games, which I'm hyped about. That's really
Dude,
cool.
can you imagine?
That, like, that's a
playing
good
Mario
price
Bros.
to pay for no virtual. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Virtual console. When I get an Elgato, dude,
Makes,
and like
it makes me,
the Switch gets a good library, we can record so many
yes,
things.
dude, it makes me feel really bad for those people who bought the NES Classic. You know that thing that they released, what, 2016?
Yeah, I
I'm
wasn't
like,
gonna. And that
oh
thing sold
man,
out
those
really
poor
fast,
guys,
dude. That
because
sold
now
out
all those
less
games are
than a
just
day.
included with this thing that they have to do to play online.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but what my main point is about is backwards compatibility, because the virtual console isn't existing,
Yeah.
right? And PS3, we all know the news about PS3 denying it from Todd Howard and being sticks in the mud about Fortnite and their V-Bucks and their statement about how. What was the statement again? Can you remind me what was the statement?
We think that PlayStation is the best place to play Fortnite.
Yeah, if they said that, like, we want the Fortnite money, I'm pretty sure nobody
No,
would be
of
mad.
course.
If they just if a guy just came on stage and said, "We want that Fortnite money," and just walked off. But
people would be upset no matter what they
besides
said.
that, I'm okay with Xbox because they have their backwards compatibility. They care that people care about old games because everybody does care about old games.
I do. I really do.
Developers never knew. Let's be honest. Developers never knew that they could cash in on our feelings for old, like on nostalgia and all that shit. Like that kind of market didn't exist back then because there was no video games. There was nothing that you could really rehash besides books. And I don't know how well that worked back in the past. I didn't live in the past, so let me know if books were a good thing that they remade. Because I don't.
They didn't
know.
really remake books except for like re-releasing like different covers and stuff. But they never really like, oh, it's this book, but now it's like this. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not like
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't immediate.
Yeah.
It's not like they could improve the graphics on your book.
Now we use different fonts.
Yeah, we're gonna
check out this.
we're gonna improve exactly. We're gonna improve the book from Arial to Arial bold.
Oh, the horror.
Oh
man.
yeah, nobody really knew they could cash in on that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But I honestly don't mind what Nintendo's doing and what Xbox is doing because Xbox is bringing out their libraries. I hope that it's an upgradable library to the next gen because we're getting next gen. Next year they're gonna announce PS5.
I think so?
I can guarantee somebody's gonna talk about PS5. If it's not 2019, it's gonna be 2020. 100% 2020.
Yeah, no later than 2020. I agree with that.
100% 2020. But we'll hear more rumors in 2019 for sure, if not an announcement. But like I don't know what PlayStation's problem.
I wish that they would just come out with their old stuff, man.
Backwards compatibility.
Like I want to play. I don't want the remasters. Like give me the old stuff. Just put it all out there. Make it where I can put my disc in.
I want it back how the PS3 had it. You can buy so many of the PS2 games, and they were legacy games. They weren't. They weren't like, oh, nobody's asking
every
them
Grand
to
Theft
remake
Auto. It was
that. Yeah,
I mean, they had
nobody's
it, but
asking them to remake that fucking what's it called? Tulip. Fucking you know the game Tulip? You know the game Tulip? Yeah, nobody's asking them to re-release Tulip on the PS3 or the PS4, man. Like I wanted Mega Man Legends. That's a very niche game, but a lot of people know
that
it.
was on Virtual Console, wasn't
it's
it?
On PS3. It's on PS3. Yeah, it's on PS3.
I just don't understand how they
Dark
can't
Cloud,
and just do it.
Dark Cloud. Nobody really knows about Dark Cloud. I mean, more people know about Dark Cloud 2 than I thought, but nobody really knows about Dark Cloud 1, and it's on PS4, not PS3, PS4. Like we're not asking for the world, Sony. Like we just want some of those legacy games.
In my mind, how
man.
difficult is it just to make like any game you bought on digital on PlayStation 3 available on PS4? It's not like you have to have an optical thing to read the disc. It's just in my mind it's simple, but
I mean, let's hold on. Let's address that. All right, it's not.
No,
that
I know, but
it has to. Like there's the legal issues, right? But yeah,
like all the PS1 games that I bought a bunch of PS1 games.
They have to make they have to make deals with people and shit. But like, why? Yeah, why can't we just reuse them on the console? Like, I don't even care if it's not day one
Yeah.
compatible. As long as you can make it. Look, I don't even care how long you take. If you can make it so before the PS4 dies, I can play the old games that I bought on my PS3 online on my PS4. I will be
Dude,
happy.
I won't. I
you
won't
said,
complain
the
if they make
downloadable
it.
ones.
If they make it a PS5 talking point where it's like, and you can play every single PlayStation game on PS5, I'd be okay with that.
That you used to own,
Yeah.
I would be happy
Yeah.
if it said that you.
So
used
then
to
all those PS Plus
like
games
you
that
said,
you added up,
it's
it's like,
digital.
oh, bam, it's right there. Yeah,
Make it say or make it see. It's not.
I would love to be able to play the original Black Ops 1 Zombies on PS4.
Yeah,
You
there's
know what I
so
mean?
many things that I would like to play. Like,
It's just,
yeah. Anyway,
I wish they would do it.
that's my first topic for today.
Well, that makes, dude, that leads perfectly into what I was gonna say, because I was gonna ask you a very tough question.
I know what question you were going to ask me.
when is
but
it-
We're gonna pretend that I don't, for comedy purposes.
Okay.
What question were you gonna ask me, Mark?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. My question for you is, what color is my
Pink.
underwear? No, that's not the question. My question: when is it too late to release a game that is antiquated, basically? Like, okay, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out just around the corner. It's coming out, but the Kingdom Hearts games did not age well. Do you know what
Alright, first of all,
I mean?
like
the controls,
first of all, you know who you're talking to, right? Okay.
Oh, I know who I'm talking
Second
to.
of all,
Yeah, I know.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Dude, I'm talking about.
I mean, I got your topic, but
um,
why are you doing Kingdom Hearts?
the last. I'm not just gonna pick on Kingdom Hearts. I'm talking about other things like the Last Guardian.
controls to me are completely fine.
The Last
I don't know
Guardian
what
was
you're
made
talking
in.
about. The controls.
Dude,
The
they're
controls
clunky.
are perfect.
They're
The controls
clunky,
are
man.
perfect. I don't know if you've ever played a hack and slash before, but it's the best hack and slash on the planet. Do you not know what animations are? Like, do you not know what?
Oh,
Why did you have to say
Oh.
control anyway? Anyway,
We're-
Last Guardian.
Like
Last
we
Guardian,
said, we're
Last
very
Guardian.
biased.
Last Guardian,
We're
Last
very
Guardian,
biased.
Last
on
Guardian,
this
Last Guardian.
podcast. The Last Guardian was announced in 2009, right? And whenever it was announced, if it would have released that year, I think it would have been an amazing game. Shadow of Colossus, ICO, they were good for their time. But I played ICO and Shadow of the Colossus
Is it
recently,
ICO?
and they did not age well. Yes.
That was Eco.
I thought it was ICO.
I'm pretty
Is
sure
it Eco or ICO? Is it
It's
Eco or
Eco.
ICO? I don't know. Either way, I played them recently, and they do not hold up now. And
Well, for sure.
Last
for
Guardian
sure
uses
the
a lot of those
controls
same mechanics.
For Eco don't, because they're static camera, and it's very difficult to maneuver
Yeah.
yourself with that. Especially when you have to carry that one chick around on your back. You know, it's not easy.
oh, dude, don't remind me.
And the Last Guardian camera controls are trash, just like the Mega Man Legends are. Because Mega Man
But
Legends
dude, like,
camera
the thing
controls were
is-
controlled with L1 and R1, not with the thumbstick.
The thing is, like, it was announced in 2009, and whenever it was announced, it would have been. I think it would have been a really,
Well, you
really
don't
good
know
game.
if
But
it was
releasing it in
ready to
2017 is just
release.
like.
Like
Mm.
you know how marketing
I know.
is.
Still,
You know how it is.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
release
yeah.
things that look amazing, but they're probably not even like 10%
Yeah.
done. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's one of those things where, like, for me, I know this. A lot of people are
would've
gonna hate
definitely
this, but I'm really glad that there
Have
won't be
gotten a
Half-Life
lot
3.
more sales, and I can guarantee that because I would have bought Last Guardian if it
Yeah.
came out on PS3. If it
A lot of
take
people
that
would've.
that like console leap, it would have made a lot more sales.
Yeah.
You're happy that Half-Life
then
3
there's-
is never gonna come out? You don't know that.
Yes, dude, I am.
You don't know that.
I am. It's never
Gabe-
gonna come out. If it
Gabe-
comes out, then
Gabe, with his
I-
dying breath, might release some trash called Half-Life 3 just to.
he might say, Half-Life 4 is released, and skip 3. I could see that. No, but like Battlefield or Battlefront, not Battlefield.
Battlefront?
I'm not a Battlefield fan, but Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, I love Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. And then 3 was in
Well, I like
development
the
hell
PS2
forever.
Battlefront.
And
yeah.
they said, "Oh, it's never going to come." It became a big joke that like, "Oh, it's never going to come. It's never going to come." Whenever
Well,
it comes,
did become
then,
a good
then
joke
I'll
when they
believe
came out.
it. And then they announced it. Yeah, and then it kind of, I loved it graphically, like it was phenomenal
But,
graphically,
EA.
and gameplay is, meh. I like it, but it's not one of those things that you're
Side
gonna sit there and
note,
play for
if you haven't
a whole
heard,
year.
you and the viewers, Disney is taking the license away from EA to make the video games.
Wait, really?
Because they're not getting
What?
enough sales. Because everybody's mad. Bad PR, you know? Disney's taking away the license because they own Disney, because they own Star Wars now.
So EA's not gonna make any more Star
they're
Wars
going to
games.
let other studios.
Hallelujah! Oh,
And that's
it's a
old
good
news,
day.
dude. That's like pretty old news.
Oh, I didn't
That's
even
pretty old
know.
news. I don't know how.
I didn't even hear.
It's not like
about that,
extremely
man.
old, right? Like it was. It's
That's
between
exciting.
now
Oh.
and spring, but like I don't know when it happened. Anyway, do you got any more?
I
any more
hope-
games,
I
any
hope.
more things to compare it to anymore?
There's only one more thing I want to talk about, and that's they announced Tokyo Game Show is right around the corner. I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping they announce a lot of good games. But PlayStation announced a few things early, and they announced Kingdom Hearts VR experience.
Yeah.
Free into September.
Hold
I'm
on.
excited for it.
Okay. This is more of a thing for me. I don't want you to say anything
Okay, go for
because
it.
I haven't seen it and I haven't like
Gotcha.
even
Gotcha.
tried it. So the way I heard about Kingdom Hearts VR experience, you saw my second Rainbow Six video, right? You saw how I did the
Yes.
Super Smash parody, right? So
Yeah.
there was a guy on YouTube that made a preset for that, and I used it, right? And I subscribed to him because he had Kingdom Hearts content. I haven't watched it or clicked on it at all, and he had some like pretty cool Adobe After Effects and some other templates that I wanted to use.
Okay, cool.
And one morning, I come back home from work and I see his two videos at the top of my feed saying Kingdom Hearts VR experience and some bullshit about Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm like just like
You're
that,
like-
just like that. The entire like for the entire morning, I don't know what to say. Like I don't like you can say what you want now, but like that was my point.
So
I'm a
here's
I wouldn't say I'm a mega
the thing that
fanboy,
makes
but I love the Kingdom Hearts games because of how they play. And that's why I was like, what are you talking about? The only reason why I like Kingdom Hearts is because of how the game plays, because of the mechanics of the game. And I don't know, like, the VR experience.
We'll
for
see if
that,
Kingdom Hearts
you know?
3 is worth the wait.
Well, what is the VR experience for that? Anyway, you can say your thing.
Well, the VR experience, like, okay, I'm not sure if you're familiar with VR experiences at all, but VR experiences are just like, they're short, they're like 10 minutes at most usually, and it's just like a little like movie that you watch, or sometimes you do a few interactions
that
things.
it?
Like there was a Spider-Man one that came out where you had web
Okay.
swingers and you like, or you had like the hands and you shot webs at things, and then like you swung a little bit, and then you like fought
Dude,
the vulture a little bit. It was super short,
I
like
felt
5
my
minutes,
I felt
and that's pretty much
I
what it's
felt
gonna
my
be.
body just loosen as soon as I heard you tell me that. I thought it was gonna be like a VR
So-
thing, like Fallout VR, Skyrim VR on Kingdom Hearts. I was so scared.
No,
dude. I was
Oh, no,
terrified.
no,
I'm
no.
like,
It would be cool if they
what?
did
no,
something like that later on, but not like part of the
no,
main story.
No,
Dude, I
no.
think it would be.
Anyway, yeah.
So basically, what they say it's like a recap of the story to get you back into it, and then you stand there with the Keyblade and fight a few Heartless.
I
and
kind of
things
want to
like
see
that.
it.
So
just
it's
to
not like
see-
a
just to
huge
see
thing.
If it is
Yeah,
a good recap.
I'll stream it whenever
You
it comes
should,
out.
because I would actually watch
Yeah,
that. Like, I would actually
will.
want
I
to
will.
know and watch that, because I don't do VR.
The thing that makes me happy about it is that they said it was going to be free, and usually VR experiences are either free
pre-orders.
or they cost money. Like there's Ghostbusters, there's like a Ghostbusters experience that's like $7,
Dude,
and it's like 3 minutes
real
of,
talk.
of
Let me
content.
know when you do that, because I actually want that. Like,
Yeah, I
I
will.
actually want to see that.
I
'Cause
will.
I don't know the VR headset, and I'm not gonna watch some other jackass do it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
okay.
so since we're
Okay,
talking
okay, I'll
about the
do it, I'll
Tokyo
do it.
Game Show,
Go for it.
you know. Well, I mean, I don't know for sure, but Western side, Sony, what's it called, dominates that for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what happened with Sony on September 7th? And you can't cheat.
Yes, actually I do.
You don't.
No, I actually do
Okay,
know
what is it then? Tell me. If you know, I'll be impressed.
It was the day that the PS2
No,
died.
that's incorrect. Completely incorrect.
They lost support
Yeah,
for
yeah.
repairs and stuff. I know exactly what it is, but
officially
it's basically
died. Officially, not like people stopped buying it or the life cycle.
yeah.
Like literally, like
Support.
like literally on paper, died on September 7th because technical support stopped. And obviously, if technical support stops, you can't go talk to a dude to fix it. You know, there's no support for the console. If the support's done, it's dead. That's yeah, basically. So PS2 is like the best console ever in my opinion, and statistically, it's the best console ever. Obviously,
Yeah.
people have memories with other consoles. Obviously, you know you're gonna like your like we were talking GameCube. I like the GameCube for a lot of games. It's not my favorite. I don't really have a favorite console. I mean, I just had PS2, but like if I'm gonna talk about a console that I like, I like PS2 the best because it had a ton of games, and that's because the statistics are great, and because it had the longest life cycle. You know, but you know people like the N64, people like NES, people like the old last arcade machines, people like Pong. You know,
Yeah.
but statistically the most popular one was the PS2. Known for like uh, the Jack and Daxter titles, Ratchet and Clank. You know, what are some of the games that you remember?
God of War.
God of War, yeah, God of War. How the fuck could I?
Metal Gear Solid.
How did I not think? You know, there's
3?
so many games on PS2 that you're not gonna think about. All of them.
Yeah.
They're so, and
Burnout,
that's the
dude.
main. That's the main
Oh.
location where PlayStation was known for the exclusives, right? It's like Metal
Yeah.
Gear came out on the Xbox and shit, but they had their exclusives on PS2. Burnout, I don't think came out on Xbox, did it? Gran Turismo,
I want to say it did have a
Gran
copy on
Turismo,
Xbox, but it
Gran
wasn't.
Turismo
But it
was an
wasn't.
exclusive, and that was
Yeah,
for
Gran
sports
Turismo.
mode.
Oh yeah.
But that was before Forza came in. A lot of people like Forza more now.
Mm-hmm.
I still like Gran Turismo. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Pikmin? No, Pikmin was a GameCube. Sorry.
No, that's,
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
Nintendo.
What other games were there? Like, so many.
Oh, dude, they had so many games that were like from outside sources, like Resident Evil. They had Mega Man, like the stupid 3D ones.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm talking
the
about?
Mega Man X,
Mega Man
RPG
X,
and
like
the
7 or
JRPG,
8 and
yeah.
whatever.
I loved it.
The
I
stupid
loved
ones.
it because of the spin. Because all the other games were side scrollers and ta-da!
Yeah.
A turn-based JRPG. I still like to play that game just because it's funny.
It's weird though. It's weird. I remember when I first saw
Mechanically, it's not
that
a bad game, but it is really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Uh,
Then you have things like the PlayStation Eye that came out for the
dude,
PlayStation
I
2,
forgot about
and it was like,
PlayStation Eye.
oh, dude, look what you can do with this. Oh, it's so cool.
You know, we all forgot about.
And then Xbox was like, look at the Kinect.
Yeah, we all forget about the motion controls on PS4. PS3 was that PS4? Yeah, whatever it was. Nobody talks about them anymore. It doesn't matter.
PS3 had to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then one of the other
But
games.
they like. I like that PlayStation makes technology and reuses it, and keeps using it,
And that was where the first online service came on PlayStation. Obviously, it wasn't paid or anything like that, but that's where online games started taking off with the sports titles. And the last new game that came out on PS2 was PES 2014, which was 4 years ago. It's a long time now.
I know.
But like,
it's crazy.
when did the console come out? I don't know. It's a really long ass life cycle. And you know, it died on that date because it was the last game that came out for it, and it died on September 7th officially, like on paper, because the support is done. One of the other games that everybody loved was the original, the original favorite Spider-Man, which was Spider-Man. Which one?
Yeah, there was a lot of Spider-Man.
There was a lot of Spider-Mans on it, but like there was the one.
Spider-Man 2 is the one that is like the best. Like everyone will swear by it.
Yeah,
say that was the best Spider-Man game. And before
that was on
Insomniac
PS2.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of,
And that's what everybody remembers. They remember getting their PS2, like playing Spider-Man.
you wanted to talk about, and let's get around to the
Oh,
topic
dude.
now. I think we have enough time.
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
experience.
I won't
with
take a lot of time with
new-
it, but
with the new Spider-Man game, you finished it. Was it 20
I
hours
finished
long?
it. Yes.
It was.
I feel like it was. I think it took me 19, 20 hours somewhere in there. I did a bunch of side missions too, and I was really trying to get through the story. I don't the way that the game plays is like you start the game and you have the story, and the way that they do the missions, you kind of feel like you need to head towards the story missions like before doing side quests, like the way that they put like some pressure like
Yeah, I
in
don't like
the
when
dialogue
games
and
do
different things,
that.
and you're like, oh, I gotta go do
'Cause,
this.
like,
No, but you don't have to.
no, I
but you
know,
feel
but
like
it ruins the immersion if you don't, because then you could just be like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
which again, side note,
But then
I'm
they,
probably gonna
they,
be known for a lot of side notes in this podcast. But side note, Deus Ex, the first day, well, not the first Deus Ex, Human Revolution did that on the first
Okay.
mission, right? So the first mission was your boss told you to get to a helicopter because there was some hostage situation, and if you didn't
Yes.
go, the hostages died. So I like
Yeah.
when games do that when there's actual stakes. But when there's fake stakes, like what you're telling me, and then I can go fuck off and do any mission for a lot of amount of time, and there's no repercussions, then it kind of ruins the immersion a little bit. Like obviously, I'm not gonna bash the game on it, but you know.
No, yeah, of course. But no, but like the way that they did it, it worked really well because then they would have like you go and you beat this boss, and then he's dead. He's not dead, but he's in custody. He's taken in, and then Spider-Man's like, okay, whew, finally have time to get back to my duties of protecting the city, and then you have time to go do some side missions. You do one mission, it goes right back into the like story that you can continue. But it's not like a thing where it's like you do one mission, then they're like, oh hey, we need you. But it's like, hey, whenever you get the chance, can you stop by and do this? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, sure, and that's the story mission.
Yeah.
And I like the way that they did it, and the story was really well told. Like, the main villain was I feel like they did a really good job with him. I feel like he was very close to the comic books, and a lot of people will be like, "Oh man, I don't care about the comic books. I just
Is
blah, blah,
Doc
blah,
Ock
you
in the
know."
game?
Yes,
Okay, I'm happy.
yes, and yeah, it's oh man, dude, it's awesome.
I'll get to it. I'll get
The
to
ending,
it. I'll
the
get to
ending
it.
actually moved me. Like it
I'll
really.
get to it. Don't worry. I'll
oh
play
my-
the game. Well, we can
it's
talk
good.
about it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. It's
Go,
really
go,
good.
go.
It's really good. The moment that you see
Out of 10.
out of 10, I'd give it a 10. 10 out of 10. I don't do that often. The last game that I actually thought was a 10 out of 10 was The Last of Us.
I've never given a single game a 10 out of 10.
Really?
Last of Us was pretty close.
Dude,
but I didn't like what Joel did.
Well, it's my favorite game, but this game is a close.
I
close.
didn't like what Joel did. So
Yeah,
it couldn't be my
I
favorite
agree
game
with that.
because of what Joel did. Joel could have told her the truth. Joel could have told the truth, and it would have been better.
Yeah, but no.
But he had to lie.
But we'll see how that turns out when The Last of Us 2
I'm
comes
pretty
out
sure.
in
I'm
2021.
pretty sure. We're not sponsored, by the way. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
of course not.
Ellie
But we're
killed Joel.
biased.
I'm pretty sure Ellie killed Joel.
You think so?
I'm pretty fucking sure. Have you seen any of the trailer? Anyway, let's not get off topic.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah, no,
Spider-Man.
I know.
Spider-Man. Any
But
any
yeah.
last thought?
No, but like, okay, so there's a bunch of side villains, and there's a lot of suits. Not as many suits as I was hoping for. And then there's a scene at the end of the credits, and I won't spoil it. But I'm really excited for Spider-Man 2.
Nice.
It's gonna be a good one.
But dude, I told you, Insomniac, dude, Insomniac.
No, I
Golden
knew it, dude.
Standard games.
The moment like you first see like any of it, you're like, oh man, it's gonna be good. And
I
hats off to
knew-
the guys at
I
Insomniac.
knew
Like
it'd
they
be
hit it
fantastic.
out of the park.
That's what they've been working on ever since Sunset Overdrive, dude. And you know how Sunset
Yeah.
Overdrive is? 2014. Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm happy.
It's
I'm
exciting.
happy. I'll get to it eventually, but I'm happy.
I hope Spider-Man 2 comes out sooner rather than later, though.
Well, yeah,
I really
probably
hope it comes out. Not
because now they got their flow,
2019,
right? 'Cause, like,
2020,
honestly, obviously,
somewhere in there.
they had to take their time
Yeah.
because everybody wanted a Spider-Man game. There's not a single person that didn't want.
Dude, they
And I'm
nailed it though.
so
Like
surprised that like everybody in the gaming community has always asked for a Spider-Man game, and that's what Insomniac knew.
Yeah.
They took their time. They didn't announce any bullshit before. Okay, they did do an
No,
early
no.
announcement, but that was like less than a year early. That would, like, if anything, that was just last year when they said it. You know, they didn't take like 5 years or a
no,
decade.
but whenever they announced it, they didn't say like, oh, and we have this and this and this and
Yeah,
this and this and this. They were just like, hey, we're working on this. Hope you guys like it.
Yeah.
Check it out whenever it
and
comes out.
I knew
we'll keep you
Insomniac was going to do
updated.
great because Insomniac does a lot of games and they're known for a lot of things. None that I can come up with the top of my head because we totally didn't have.
Dude, you know what Insomniac needs to make?
What?
I know it would be way out of their ballpark and way out of their style. They need to make an MMO.
All right. First of all, that's a really bad transition. Second of all, there's not a single game that they own that could be an MMO. Like what game?
Dude, they could turn Ratchet and Clank into an MMO.
No, that would be disgusting. That would be disgusting. But
it would be a
since
friendly
this man wanted to bring wanted to bring me into my topic. Next thing I want to talk about is MMOs, and it might not be the reason why I wrote MMOs for the list is because it's not what you expect, Mark. Do you know what the biggest
really?
MMO today is?
Warcraft?
No.
No.
It's Roblox.
I really don't know. Oh, what? Oh.
Roblox is the biggest MMO right now.
No.
Obviously, nobody's calling it an MMO, and obviously, it's not being
It
used
is
as an
though.
MMO.
No, it is.
But we all know it's an MMO. They all play together. And side note, again, I hate that Roblox is taking over Minecraft. Minecraft is so much better. I don't care what anybody says. All right.
Yes. Those kids just go back.
Just
play your Minecraft.
Just take a step back, please. I never wish more kids would play Minecraft as I wish now with the existence of Roblox. But that wasn't my real topic. I just wanted to bring it in with that because controversy and spice
So
and all that shit.
Dumb. That's so dumb.
I really wish that there was MMOs that like existed for real. The new expansion for Warcraft came out a couple weeks or months ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really kept up with it. Warcraft, I like it because of all the things you can find on their map. Because you can go around any part of the map. You know that, right? Like their mounts, you can fly anywhere, anything like that. And they had some really cool Easter eggs and places for exploring. But first of all, their graphics not good anymore. Not nowhere near like standard. Like not. Those are cartoon graphics, dude. Those are basically equivalent to my favorite MMO that we're not gonna really talk about. Spiral Knights. It basically looks the same in my eyes. It looks that childish.
I didn't know. I don't think of Spiral Knights as an MMO though. Like in my mind, it's not an MMO.
Dude, it's an MMO. It's pitched as an MMO. It's called an MMO. There's just stock market and shit. Like.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't play MMOs like ever.
I play MMOs because
Spiral Knights is MMO, then I
want
play that.
them. I want them to be a thing. I want there to be a central hub, which will be almost impossible, right? Because like games will have to evolve, and if even if there is a central game that everybody plays, there's gonna have to be a version 2. There's gonna have to be updates. There's gonna have to be a new rehash, a new remake of the world.
Garbage.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Expansion. I'm talking about the fact that like the old world will always be destroyed. They will like the developers will come to a point where they say they can't support it. Like Warcraft is gonna get to that point now, and they're gonna make a Warcraft 2, which technically this is Warcraft 3, but we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, like. Even if there's an MMO that like 80% of the gamers play, there's gonna have to be a new version, and there's gonna be like, let's call it Octavium. By the way, that's trademark. Okay. Don't take my name, Octavium. And then it's gonna then after all user slots are taken, all servers are taken, everything's overwritten with cache, everything has been done. There's nothing they can do with the new code. The game engine has reached its limit for what it can play. You know, you understand? Like the game engines can only go so far. They have to make a whole new game engine, and that's going to be reiteration. So you're going to lose all the people from the first MMO and go into the second one, and you don't even know if it's going to be that much of it. You know what I mean? Like it can never happen, but I want it so bad. And a lot of mistakes the other MMOs make, which for Warcraft I can't really bash it on. It's been strong ever since it come out. It's like the #1 thing now.
Right, of course.
The thing I don't like about Black Desert is it tries to go too much into their graphics and bring in all those little special effects, and they don't really focus much on their talent management or like just the in-game, like not the combat. That's what they focus more. The thing I go for MMOs for is because any game can have combat. Is the life management type deal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
where
you
you
have to
have the
actually be
guild,
mindful of it.
where you have a guild, where you have to get resources to keep up your guild, or to keep, or
Yeah.
to be part of a team, or to keep, or to have your own house, and you need to keep playing to have those sources for your house, so you can make your weapons. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
having to actually not farm, but to go up in
Yeah,
scale for
I
what
gotcha.
tools and what things you have for resources. Not just be able to like murder 50 orcs and get 5,000 gold. You know, that's what single player games do, and that's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of what I don't
I
like.
understand that.
But single players games are more for story and my turn. Anyway,
Yeah, of course.
Is there anything you want to add? Because this has been more me talking than anything. Is there anything you want to bring up or mention?
No, well, I mean, I don't play a lot of MMOs. I guess I've played a few since Spiral Knights is one, but like I'm not a huge MMO fan. Like Warcraft, it just doesn't appeal to me. It's not like something that I want to sit there and play. So when it comes to MMOs, I'm like, well, I can see that, but at the same time, like it's not my
But
style.
I mean, you
but
understand the
at the
concept
same time,
of having
yeah, of course,
people
yeah,
unified in one game.
Yeah, and
and
I like that.
interact.
that's what I
with
was hoping Destiny.
Everyone.
But
That
it just
yeah, that's
isn't.
what I was hoping Destiny would be. There needs to be a
Yeah.
hub where everybody can interact with each other.
Mhm.
And Steam is not even that because PC Master Race, you know, and there's so much limitations on so many things. But the MMO is the closest thing that could happen because we have class power from MMOs like Final Fantasy, right? Like
Mhm.
that's the only thing that can be brought class power from without certain limitations.
Mhm.
Steam, PC Master Race, and all that shit. But you understand the idea of having a place where people that like video games can interact with people that like video games, right? Like
Yeah, that would
80%
be so
of
nice
people
to
that
have.
play video games, not like niche corners of people like this specific video game, just to
Yeah.
mix all the bag, and people will automatically shift to where they want to shift. You know?
Exactly.
Like-
Go to their area where they want to talk, and they don't want to be near the shooter character.
Yeah, the shooter.
Players.
Like I
They
would
go to the
never be
MMO
near
side,
that.
like,
I would
yeah.
never be near that because I don't like FPSs. I mean, I appreciate them for what they are, but I don't like playing them myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, people will
I
find their
gotcha.
own little things.
It'd be
And
cool.
That's what I want.
I mean,
And
I would
MMOs,
love to see
MMOs
that.
is the closest thing we have right now for the concept to make it happen.
Hopefully,
Um,
there's some young developer out there who's like actually listening to this. The only person who ever listens to this, and they say,
To this first episode,
I
of
wanna make that
Game
happen.
Siege,
"I want to make that
I
happen."
hope someone, somewhere, sometime makes it happen. But
Please.
don't
Please.
recreate SAO. We don't want to die, and we don't want a Jesus Kun, please.
Yes. We do not
I mean, if there's a
wanna be
prize,
locked in our
if
helmets.
there's a prize, if there's a prize at the end, I'm okay with it. But if there's no, if my prize is not dying, I'm not okay with it. Anyway, so now
Nice
we
reference there.
yeah. Well, the last part of the podcast that we will always do, and we're gonna say we're trying, but technically this is the first podcast, so you don't know that we're trying
Yeah.
a new thing. We're gonna talk about some recommendations, something that's been going on for like things we're seeing that are popping up for sale, or games, or technology, things that we want you to check out. Right?
Yeah.
So what is something that you would want our audience to check out, Mark?
Okay, well, my wife and I just got done watching a TV show, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's very weird. I don't know how I feel about the ending yet. I know it's getting a second season, so I'm excited about that. It's called Castle Rock. And if you're not familiar with it, it's a Stephen King, like, it's in the Stephen King universe with those stories, and I like some of his stuff, not all of it, but I really liked this show. I really enjoyed watching it. It's probably not the best show out there, but it was a good watch.
I heard about Castle Rock. It's not something that really appealed to me. So I can't help you. But hey, if you guys are the type of people
Yeah.
like Mark, which we don't really have a base for, if you want to check out what kind
If
of
you-
guy Mark is,
If you
the
like
link to his
weird,
channel will be in the
spooky-
description.
Suspenseful mysteries, you'll like it.
I don't really have a recommendation. I just have something to recommend to people not to go see.
Okay.
Uh, do you know what released today? Do you know what? Well, not today actually, because today's Friday. Do you know what released yesterday?
Uh, the Predator.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't go
oh
watch
no.
New Predator.
Oh no.
Please don't go watch New Predator.
Dude, I'm going to.
Have you watched the new trailers?
Not recent one. Why?
I don't have a problem with the first one. The first
Okay.
one was okay. But do you use AdBlock? Have you watched the commercials on YouTube, anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, not recently.
well,
I've been trying to keep
like,
away from
like, since I don't have YouTube Red right now, don't worry about why I don't have YouTube Red, by the way. Because I don't have YouTube Red right now, and I listen to music on my way home from YouTube on my phone, I have to listen to ads, which I don't really mind because, whatever.
it. Yeah.
And I keep listening to two different Predator
Ads.
trailers.
Yeah. Okay.
One is like so cringy, like it's so bad that they have the typical black man esque thing in the Alien movies. You know,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
that
no,
role. You
what
know
you're
that
talking
role
about.
in
Yeah,
Alien
it's-
movies.
yes.
The black man. It's like, so you want to kill him? It's like, why didn't you just say so? I'm like,
I'll do it for
what?
you. Oh,
What?
look, I got a big
What?
gun.
Exactly like what? Like that just brings me back
Yeah.
to the Alien versus Predator 2.
Oh.
And I don't hate Alien versus Predator, all right? But Alien versus Predator 2 is pretty fucking ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Oh,
Like-
dude.
From that trailer and the second one, where they are trying way too hard to make it cool, it's like this movie's not made by Michael Bay, is it? 'Cause
No.
if you tell me this movie's
it's
made
Shane
by
Black.
Michael Bay,
Black.
there are so many explosions in that trailer. I thought that
thought you were watching-
that was a Michael Bay trailer for like a
know.
Transformers movie.
That
or
would
something.
explain why the alien is shirtless. The Predator, If it was a Michael Bay movie, I mean, he likes to do that. I don't know why.
You're gonna go watch it?
Dude, yes, of course, I'm gonna see it.
Right,
I
well-
love the
well-
Alien universe. I love the Predator movies.
The only movie that I don't like from the Alien universe is Prometheus.
Really?
Like that's the only one.
I don't like that it was marketed as an Alien movie. That's the only thing I don't like. I don't like that they pushed
Oh yeah,
it
we
like,
talked about
this
that.
is
We
an
talked about
Alien
that because
movie.
it didn't fit as an Alien movie.
Yeah.
We talked about
Other
that.
than that, I think it was
because
the
it felt like they
okay, like-
shoehorned in the aliens.
yeah,
into it.
exactly. Just at
Like
the end,
there was
they were
only
like,
it was
"Oh, and by
literally
the
a
way-"
recreation of the egg scene in the first Alien movie,
yes,
and then the alien came out at the end for like 5 minutes. Like what?
dude, we could talk forever.
That was
about
an Alien
movies,
movie?
just recreating the
Anyway,
classic ones.
well, we
Just
still
trying to
haven't hit the 1 hour mark, so we still have a bit of time.
make money. Okay.
I recommend that you don't go watch it, and I'm talking about to the audience.
Mm.
But I recommend that you, Mark, go watch it so you can tell me if I'm wrong next Friday.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see if I can.
Because I honestly, like, from those two trailers, I think it's going to be fucking horrible, dude.
We'll see. I mean, it could be horrible. Well, I'll let you know if it's not.
Alright, is there anything else you want to talk about? Or
No,
you wanna
I think
add?
we're good.
We got a bit of time. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Siege. I hope I don't lose this footage. I will probably not because we have a
Yeah, I
second
hope so
copy
too.
this time.
This is
Um,
totally.
I hope my
totally.
computer doesn't die because, I didn't like having to pay for replacement parts.
Oh, dude.
And then losing the podcast
Oh
as well.
man.
That's a double negative. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next Monday. Yeah,
Yep.
next Monday.
Stay safe.